Welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be talking about relationships. I think that our culture is so obsessed with relationships, our relationships, other people's relationships, right? So today we're going to talk about a few key topics, why relationships are important, how to find the best relationship for me, and all this other good stuff. So if you are serious about dating and want to find someone to be with that match your style, tune in because this is for you. Let's go. CEO, entrepreneur, and life coach. So we're going to talk about relationships today. Now, let me just give you some preface, okay? Me personally, I'm a feminine boss. So I have an interesting view on relationships, okay? And this is not to sway or try to get anyone to think like me or, be biased or anything. I'm just being honest and sharing my open opinion with you. So, personally, I think that relationships should make sense, okay? Blame it on the fact that, my dad wasn't around, right? I didn't see what a healthy household looks like. I became very independent at a very young age and just learning how to move independently and kind of take care of myself in certain matters. So when I think about relationships, I really think that two people need to complement each other, but I also think that the two people need to benefit each other. And that can vary depending on the relationship, who you are, who they are. I think that it's all very unique. Right? Everyone has their own situation, and that's why relationships are so sensitive and so tricky, right? We try to match the status quo. We want to have the relationship that everyone else has, but the truth is we are all given our lives independently, and the way that they're going to pan out, we're not in control of that. So I think that it's best for us to analyze our life, analyze the things that we want, that we need, that we're willing to live with and willing to live without in order to make a decision on the person that we're going to be with, okay? I've been in love before, and personally, I think that when a woman is too emotionally involved in her relationship, I think that it can cause for some emotional trauma, because we get so entangled in our relationships that if anything happens where the man is withdrawn or not providing what she needs or what she is yearning or lacking within herself, then it's a problem, right? So I really think that it's important for women to, first of all, have a sense of self, know who you are, right? Know what you like, what you don't like. And I think the only way to do that is to really spend time intentionally with yourself. Not just, I went to college, I didn't know anyone, whatever. No, intentionally say to yourself, this year I'm focusing on myself. I want to try things that I've never tried before. I want to see how I react. How do I feel when I'm alone? Am I comfortable here? I want to pamper myself so I have those experiences. I want to live life on my own independently, and I want to be conscious of that. I want to be intentional about that so that I can start to analyze myself and get to know myself a little more. So let's just start there, right? How do I find the best relationship for myself? And I think that that's a start. And personally, I can only speak from the woman's perspective. So for a woman, that would be the first start for you. Figure out who you are, what you like, what you don't like. We hear this phrase a lot about, I'm the prize. But you know, the truth is, a lot of women that I know, and a lot of young women in our community, the Black and brown community, you know, we grow up in broken households, so we don't have a traditional way of understanding who we are as women and the value that we bring to life, to creation, to this universe. We don't understand that because some of us, like me, we grew up in survival mode. You know, we didn't grow up in abundance. We grew up, you know, doing without, or we grew up, you know, not having the luxury of spending that quality time with family, spending quality time with yourself, you know, having those loving conversations and being encouraged and uplifted throughout your adolescent years. So, you know, we need to be intentional as an adult with giving ourselves that time, the time that we need to grow and love ourselves, right? And I want to talk about being the prize. Every man comes from a woman. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. Every man comes from a woman. So you have to understand that women are the essence of life, you know, and you may not understand that, right? Oh, because I can have kids, does that make me a prize? Yes. Straight up, yes, it does, because men ain't out here having children, right? When a man decides that he wants to be in a serious relationship with you, it is because you are in your essence of being a woman. And it's not just about having children. It's about the dynamic between a man and a woman, right? It's about not being in survival mode anymore. It's about loving yourself so much that you can love someone else, right? Nurturing yourself so much that it's just like, you know, it's just like what's the word I'm looking for? Second nature? That's not the word. Anyway, it's about loving and nurturing yourself so much that you have the capacity to love and nurture others, right? Because you have to think about it. Men are the backbone. They are the strength, right? They are in the world. They are, you know, the decision makers. They are the providers. They are, you know, they provide the discipline in the household. They provide the structure, right? It's like if a man wants you to be in his life, that means that he sees you as the woman that can take all of the things that he has and all of the things that he built, all of the tools that he has in his toolbox, that this woman, she's knowledgeable, she's intuitive, she's caring, she listens, she knows how to communicate well, she knows who she is, so there's not a lot of emotional baggage. She has all of these things, and she can take what I have and make it beautiful. She can give me a beautiful life because she's done the work on herself, right? And so now I just need to provide her with something and make it great for us. Okay, so that's what it means by being the prize. So when I talk about working on yourself, it's really about being the best version of yourself, right? Knowing yourself, loving yourself, having intelligence, you know, having knowledge about things, you know, being able to collaborate with your man, you know, not just being there, not just being pretty, right? What type of prize are you? Are you just the prize that anybody can get, you know, or are you the prize that takes work and takes discipline and takes focus to achieve, right? Also want to talk about dating versus marriage. Personally, I think that when you're in your 20s, you should date all the men that you want, okay? Even in your 30s, halfway, right? Because it's important to get that experience. It's important to learn about men. You're gonna make mistakes, right? But it's important to get your feet wet, for lack of better terms, right? It's important to know how you are with another man. And, you know, I'm gonna speak again from experience, not having my father really in my life as I needed him to be. I needed to learn what men are like, how they are, how they talk, what they mean when they talk, you know, they might not mean what they say when they talk and how they say it, right? how they feel when they don't say it, you know, so how to speak to them, you know, and that takes practice. So date, girl, date, okay? Level up, look good, be smart, go to school, you know, have your little part-time job in the office doing data entry or the bank, you know, and date. Okay, have fun, right? Because when you reach your 30s, honey, okay, it's time to get a little serious, all right? Because we have to start really thinking about our future. We have to start thinking about longevity. We have to start thinking about what type of man we want to marry, right? And so when a man decides that he wants to marry you, I think that that is like the highest privilege in the man's life, right? Because he is saying, I trust this woman out of all the women I've ever dated, because men date too, okay? I trust this woman to carry everything that I've built. I trust her with all of my things. I trust her to fix my things and put my things together and create this stuff. Like, I trust her to love me. Like, I trust her to be vulnerable and to start expressing myself and to start sharing things I've never shared before. Like, so when a man wants to marry you, you have to be proud of yourself to say that, you know what, I know that I am a valuable woman because this man wants to give me everything. He wants to provide for me. He wants to love me and protect me and care for me forever. Okay? That is amazing. That means that you are a qualified, valuable woman that someone else is willing to give their life to you. All right? And that is an honor. So, if you are in that stage, those are things that you want to kind of start thinking about. You know, you want to start thinking about who I am, what I like, what can I deal with, what can I deal with. And that's why the experience in your 20s is important, so that when you're ready to be in a serious relationship, you know exactly the type of man that is going to, you know, that you will accept into your life. Okay? I want to take a moment to talk about why relationships are so important. So you have to understand that life without another person, it just doesn't make sense, like, for long term. Like, you know, I used to kind of be the person, no, you know, I always knew that I would be with someone because I am beautiful on the inside and out. I'm very feminine, like sensual, all those things, like, you know, so I always knew that I would be with a man. But I think that it's important that we realize that, you know, this life is enjoyed when you can enjoy it with someone. This life is enjoyable when you can enjoy it with someone, right? When you guys can share experiences. And I know that sounds cliche and it sounds boring, right? But think about when you're old. Who's going to be that person that really cares for you? Think about it. You know, your children, if you have children, yeah, they're gonna love you unconditionally, but if they have children of their own, you know, they'll put up with you or whatever. Like, you just never know. You never know. And having a partner who said that they want to dedicate their lives to you, you know, you can kind of count on that person being there, that support whenever you need support. Like, that is your go-to person, right? And not only that, you guys do what we are created to do. You procreate, you have a family, and you maintain humanity from this point out when you decide to be in a long-term committed relationship. And I think that it's a beautiful thing, right? They don't always last, but I think that while you're in your long-term committed relationship, I think that you should honor it. I think that you should enjoy it and use it to the maximum of its use it to the maximum of its capabilities, okay? Take up all of the benefits of being a girlfriend or being a wife. Use the benefits. That's what it's there for. You have a man, my husband's gonna handle it. Let me call my man, he's gonna pick it up. Babe, can you get that? Babe, can we? Okay, use it. Feminine boss, use it. So, to conclude, okay, I think that relationships are great. But I think that before you can even consider yourself date worthy or marriage worthy, that you really need to take the time to figure out who you are, figure out what you want to deal with, what you don't want to deal with, and go into it with enthusiasm. Be excited. This is a fun time. Life is so exciting. All of these things that we go through is so exciting, and it's only going to lead us up to the next best thing. So keep dating, keep planning, keep working on yourself, and I pray that you find the person that you're looking for. Thank you for watching.